I took this team to different places against teams because, you know, for me, it's this whole preparation period before the Algarve was really about expanding our comfort level. And sometimes you have to be uncomfortable to expand that comfort level.
For the most part, we're growing. We're growing at a good pace, and we're going to continue to grow. You have to start somewhere, and we're beyond starting.
Yeah, absolutely. I think 2011 was kind of one of those events that put women's soccer back on the map here, and it's something I'm proud of.
There's definitely different styles. I think that just only possession solely soccer has kind of gone away a little bit. I think there's mixed in with transition now, some attacking flair. I think that we can bring all those dimensions, and I think every country and every team has got a little bit of a different kind of style of play to their teams.
We have to be able to maximize what an opponent gives us. You play against England and they're in their own half for 90% of the game. You can't boot it long, right? So I think we're at a point now in our growth and our preparation that we've played against teams that play 5 in the back. We've played against teams that sit in. It's interesting because I think I thought we worked the flanks pretty well. I mean, that's something we've always, especially when a team sits in, you've got to try and find the width and move the ball laterally.
Every country has their own specific style based on their kind of personnel, right? So Marta's system and Brazil's system is different because Marta's a different player than I am or than Alex Morgan is. So based on every team's personnel, we'll determine the coaching staff's way that their team is going to play specifically.
I think when coaches and teammates still believe in you, maybe when you're not playing at your best, then I think it gives you a different motivation and pushing and inspiration for you to want to get where you want to be. And I'm very thankful to have them and be able to ask so many questions and them answer all of them, especially being a younger player.
She's a really hungry player to learn and ask a lot of good questions. So I think the more she feels that confidence and she gets questions answered just through her play and how she's performing, I think it helps her in terms of her strength of mind. But I mean, I'd go to war with her. I mean, she's just a strong woman. Sid is a very emotional, intense player, but she has a kind of a calmness in what she's doing, even in her finishing and drills. I think there's a very good focus, and we're certainly going to need her. And getting her some playing time in the last game was important to me, as it will be in this one. We've been training a lot on turf and wet turf, and so just how fast can we play is something that we're really trying to do. I felt in the last game, it is an adjustment when you go from turf to grass, and we trained yesterday out here, and it looked and felt like we were running in sand because the field wasn't watered and it was just thick.
We want to play fast. We want to win, and that doesn't change no matter if it's on grass or turf. I mean, it changes the way the ball moves. It changes some things a little bit, but at the end of the day, we want to win the World Cup, and whatever surface that's on, that's going to be our main goal.
I think one of the big things, myself and my staff have. It is holding them to a high standard. They hold themselves to an incredibly high standard, but it's also having this accountability piece of being okay to say, hey, this is not good enough, or we can be better here, and because they're elite athletes, but they want to continue to. That's the great thing about elite players is they're always looking beyond the next hill and to what's ahead of them. So I think that's a natural part of our environment.
Everything has to come into place at the right time. Your mentality, the coach, the technical part of the game, the mental part of the game. So there's so many different variables that have to come together at the right time in the right place.
Money generates excitement, generates buzz, generates events, generates salaries, leagues, all the bits. And so I think that the more people want to invest, the more companies and corporate sponsors want to invest in women's soccer, the bigger it will get. Obviously, if we win, that makes it easier for corporate sponsorships to want to get involved. So let's hope we bring home a title this summer.
I personally have not won a World Cup. The women's team has. So I'm still going after, a lot of us here are still going after our first World Cup.
A lot of people think that we won the World Cup in 2011 because that Brazil game that we came back in the last minutes of and won in penalty kicks, but that actually wasn't the final. So we're kind of here hoping to bring home the World Cup this summer to get the proper celebration that we probably deserve.